Good afternoon, everyone. This is Amy from AJC Magic TV. Just testing out here in a place called South Park, which is in the Allegheny County part of the Pittsburgh area. It's more in the south area. They also have a park called North Park, which is on the north end of Allegheny County. And this is South Park. They actually have a game preserve here, and one of the reasons why they have that buffalo on the picture they've been through before. Hello, Noah. I'm just testing out a stream here in a place called South Park. It's a park that's close to my area where I live, and I was just trying to test it out, see what the connection might be, and I thought I'd come to the game preserve. Although with it being November, you may or may not see too many animals. I do see a lot of ducks out here, and I don't know if there's any buffalo actually wandering around. So I'm just kind of testing it out, see what the connection seems like. But this is like a duck pond area, as you can see. I'm gonna walk up to the sidewalk. Yeah, this is just one part of the park. There's actually an old fairgrounds area, because they used to have the Allegheny County Fair. And there's also baseball fields and bike lanes and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I'm guessing it's probably not a good signal here in the park. So that's what I'm kind of guessing. I'll have to next time bring my hotspot with me, so that way I may have better connections. Yeah, probably moving around and stuff, so I'm not sure what the connection is here. That's why I'm just trying to pick some different parts of the park that may be a good area. This park really doesn't have too much. They have a lot of picnic groves, and they do have a lot of bike trails around, walking trails. It's a bike walking trail, baseball field. There's tennis courts, a basketball and hockey area. But this area is like a duck preserve. And all the animals are pretty much free roaming. There are buffalo up there, so I'll take a walk up that way so you can get it up and close and look. Yeah, when I upgraded my phone and upgraded the Wi-Fi thing, even though I have unlimited stuff for my phone, unlimited cellular, they have different levels, and I had the basic, and then I moved into one of their higher ends, and it actually, for a certain price, they offered a Wi-Fi hotspot portable item. So I did pick that up, and I'm still trying to learn how to get it connected and everything. And I probably should have brought it out just to see if it actually works, or how it works to help keep it connected. Because if I do go to Disney, I hope to use it at some of the places. And it may be shaky because I don't have a gimbal. I do have the phone on a tripod. I am looking into purchasing a gimbal, and I'm just kind of waiting to see what some of the Christmas holiday season sales are, because I know last year a lot of the gimbals were on sale. So I'm sorry if it's shaky. I'm hoping though, with having the newer phone, that it isn't as too shaky. It's supposed to have stabilization within the phone itself, or the camera itself. So there's another area for the ducks. They do fly and free roam the area and fly into the pond. It is kind of a chillier, sunnier day here. In fact, I'll be going home shortly, because around 6 p.m. we'll be actually doing our Halloween trick-or-treating. So I need to be home to hand out the treats that we had. Although my parents are there just in case I don't get home in time. But that's the duck area. And then you can see here. And it looks like they all just came switching over to here. It's probably a warmer pond over here maybe for them. I'm going to walk up towards where the buffalo are so you can get a look at the buffalo. It's one of the rare places that actually have buffalo in Pennsylvania. I think there was another preserve that I knew of that had buffalo there also. They used to have a bunch of other animals that they used to keep here, like a peacock and some chickens and stuff, but I'm sure with different things they might have had problems. So it doesn't look as like they have many animals, plus since it is becoming winter, some of the animals might be put away or taken elsewhere for the winter. Yeah, I know. Josh was trying out the DJI Osmos 3. He also uses a mini Moza gimbal, and I think he's used one of the Smooth brands also. But I think a lot of times I know he was trying out the DJI Osmos 3, but I know they really like that mini Moza gimbal also. I know a lot of people like to purchase off of Amazon. I don't have a problem purchasing off of there because sometimes they do have good prices. But sometimes I know people have gotten gimbals from Best Buy and they buy their plan. And they're able to get a replacement right away if they have a problem with it, rather than dealing with a mail-in order. Hello, Rachel. I'm at a place in South Park, Pennsylvania. It's actually a park, an actual park that has picnic groves and playgrounds and stuff. I stopped at the game preserve because I'm trying to see what the connection and stuff is. In this particular preserve, they actually have real buffalo here, and they've been here many years since I've been a kid. I'm not sure what the backstory or why or how they became here, but the person must have been whoever donated them or whoever takes care of them has had them for many years. There's usually other animals, but like I said, it's November and it's cold and stuff. But the buffalo are right up there. And they keep walking that way. They also have like free roam deer, but they run all over the park. Even though they have the fencing, the only animals is the buffalo usually behind the fencing, and the birds and all the other ones usually get out. Yeah, they keep walking up the hill. Yeah, I know. I actually bought one last year for about $80, and I never really opened it and used it. And I thought, well, it's kind of a strange thing to have it around here, because I really wasn't like doing anything yet. And now that I started to live stream again, but I had talked to Greg from Expedition Greg, and I know he he tries to go live sometimes in the parks and he's real shaky and stuff. So I actually sold it to him, but I sold it to him since I own it for a year, a lot cheaper than if he would have bought it brand new. And I hope it works for him, and I hope he's been trying to use it. But yeah, they're a fairly reasonable price, and when you do see them in the stores, I know Best Buy has it for $80, at least in my area. And I also know, hello Disney Dude, thank you for joining. I also know that Dis Our Dreams, they got the DJI Osmos 3. So if I would decide to get the Osmo 3, I will ask them for some tips. Because but we also know that with Black Friday and the holiday season, different electronics and stuff go on sale. So I'm kind of waiting. Thank you for joining, Disney Dude. If anyone does come in and join the stream, I do appreciate if you hit the thumbs up. Also, if you are new and you're visiting the channel, I would appreciate if you would consider subscribing. And that's pretty much it. But like, as you can see the buffalo there. They've been here many, many years. I keep going up the hill because I know I was down below looking whenever I first came in to drive through. It's kind of muddy on the hill, so I can't go up any further from here. So I don't want to go that. It's kind of an overcast. Well, it's actually a sunny day, but it's still quite chilly. And you can see some like different turkeys and stuff in the background. Also where the buffalo are. And this park is in Allegheny County of the Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania area. There's also a park called North Park, which is on the other side of Pittsburgh, more north of Pittsburgh. And this is in the south area below Pittsburgh. Hello, Orlando Parks Rover. Thank you for joining. I was just kind of testing out a stream, and I stopped at the South Park Game Reserve. They're home of a buffalo herd. The buffalo has been here for many years, since I've been a kid. So there's different age buffalo. I'm not sure why or how or whoever started the buffalo area. But thank you for joining. I was just testing it out. There's not too many animals here because it is November. Sometimes they have other like farm animals and stuff, but the buffalo actually live here year round. The Buffalo Bills there. But they're going up the hill, and it's kind of quite muddy on the hillside there, so I'm not going to go up any further. But I'll try to zoom in a little bit without killing the stream. But as you can see, they're way up on the hill there, and it's quite muddy walking through there, so I'm not going to go up any further. There's also turkeys running around the hillside too. So I was just checking the signal and everything like that. And sorry if it's shaky, I just have you on a tripod. I'm also trying to see how the iPhone 11 is supposed to have like stabilization, but it also probably would work better once I get gimbal and start practicing with that. So I'm just kind of waiting to see if any of them go on sale with the electronic season coming up and everything like that. But you can see. Sorry. No, it's okay. But South Park is an actual area. They have an ice rink. That'll be opening soon. An outdoor ice rink. They also have, there's a wave pool. It's usually open in the summertime and closes around Labor Day weekend. And then they also have picnic groves. So tons of people come here to have their picnics. And yeah, that's what I'm kind of figuring. I'll have to bring, when I got the phone and upgraded my unlimited service, I actually ended up getting a hotspot device, so I'll have to next time bring it with me to make sure I keep a good connection and see how that works, holding a connection. And sometimes I think Streamlabs does that too. So I'll have to, like I said, bring that with me next time to see how it goes. And I know Streamlabs lately, I was in the middle of my trivia last night and the chat stopped and the whole thing shut down on me. But I was able to get everything back up and going so we could finish the trivia night. They used to have other animals. There used to be a peacock that lived here. It doesn't look like a lot of those animals are here, so they might have been taken to another area for the winter. But there's a lot of turkeys in behind the fencing here. And then there's a duck pond area. There's a couple giant turkeys. And a lot of times I see them on the road because a lot of them, if they can get out, the fencing really is here for the buffalo not to get out, but the birds and some of the other animals that do get in there are free roaming. But I'll walk down to this little building and then I'm going to head to the car. Usually I see the buffalo over there where you see the building. Down there is where all the duck are. Yeah, it's part of where the buffalo roam in Pennsylvania. I think there's another farm I know of where I went up to college more north of here that actually had a buffalo farm also. But this is actually a preserve, so I don't know if they do anything with the buffalo or not, if there's any type of signage that says why they're here, or, but that, like I said, they've been here for a very long time. Oh, here's the peacocks. There's the peacock there. Oh, there's another one there, but they don't have as big feathers as they used to.
He's running. What is he chasing? He's just happy to be alive. Ah!
Pretty wild there.
No, they did the sound.
Yes, it is on Streamlabs. I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, so that's one of the reasons why I love to get the 1,000 subscribers, to be able to use the regular YouTube app. Go Skippy, and although I do see some of the streamers that are in Disney World that actually still use Streamlabs, so I'm not sure what other devices or programs are using along with the Streamlabs, because they don't seem to have too many problems, some of them. But yes, this is Streamlabs. And ever since the iOS 13 update, it seems like it's been having problems, or Streamlabs itself has been having problems. That one's kind of wild today. See if I can change the bit rate a little bit.
They look like their tail feathers aren't too big. Maybe they're molting. Look. Where's his body? His feathers. Oh, that's probably a dumb thing to do. Don't do that.
Yeah, they're not chasing each other as much anymore. They must have been fighting over food before. That's why they were probably chasing each other or whatever's in the bottom there. I don't know if they throw feed in there or they just go through and whatever's there seed wise or whatever they eat.
Oh, I missed it. You put it perfect and I missed it. Hey, I missed it.
And there's about 4 of them there because there's 4 there and then there's a 5th one right over here. And all the buffalo went up on the hill. So we'll go back down to where the ducks live. And then I will end the stream. I'm just going to take a look at this little sign here. It might give some information about the preserve, but I think it's just showing you what the animals that they have here. Or some of the animals that you could actually see. But that's about the buffalo there. Yeah, nothing on the back. Back up a little bit. We'll go back down here. I'll end the stream. Hello, Joshua Wilkins. Thank you for joining. At the Game Preserve, which is in South Park, Pennsylvania. Yes, there is a place called South Park. It's actually a township, but they also play tennis, basketball. And this is a duck preserve area. The ducks are free to fly around and everything like that. Yeah, unfortunately with Streamlabs and probably not a good signal here in the park itself. That's why I was just checking it out. Hello, Mike Wheeler. I was going to probably end the stream soon, but I came to stop at a game preserve that's by my house in South Park, the actual park. And I was just walking around showing them the buffalo because there's an actual buffalo preserve here. And this is a duck area that the ducks are free to fly. A lot of times in the summertime, they'll fly back and forth into the water. Today, it's kind of a chilly 40, 50, maybe might have gotten up to 60-degree day. I'm not too sure. First time I've been outside. So just kind of showing that, and I'm probably going to end the stream here as soon as I head down to my car. I'm sorry that the signal isn't too great, but I am in South Park. That's why I was just testing what it was like. So, and with Streamlabs, sometimes it gets kind of crazy too. I may go home and do something real quick. I thought about sharing my pictures from my Zimbabwe trip, and we'll see about that. And then this is another pond area. It's all connected under this bridge, but this one's a little bit smaller and it's not as deeper, so they're probably able to find food easily, and it might not be as cold, the water, compared to over on this side, because you don't see too many ducks. There are more along the sides of the pond area. I probably could set it up if I had somebody else with me. I could at least drive around the park and show you some of the parts of the park. There's also a Boy Scout area that they have where you can bring old flags, and they have once a year or maybe twice a year they do where they do a flag burning service ceremony. That's kind of a neat little place that they have, and they'll do that for their the Boy Scouts will do that. See, as you can see, the ducks are hanging around the more shallow ends of the pond. Plus, they probably were busy all day with the sun out. But you can see that this park area, maybe if I can up a little bit in my car, you can see. And over there is like a bat house where they have an area where bats can go hang out during the day. I'm going to go ahead and parse the stream, and when I get to the one area, I'll come back. Thank you all for joining. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you're watching the replay. I'm going to go ahead and pause the stream. I'm going to come back in a few moments. Thank you. Hello everyone. I was trying out some different parts. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the animals. Was to test to see what type of signals was here in South Park. Some parts there was signals, other parts it was not as good. I have an actual type of portable Wi-Fi hotspot device, so hopefully that'll work for me soon. So I do thank everyone for joining. I'm sorry that if it was choppy. I am looking at purchasing a gimbal. I'm just kind of waiting to see if anything goes on sale. And I do thank Noah and Mike Wheeler and Joshua Wilkins and anyone else who has joined the stream. And if you are watching the replay, please hit the thumbs up. You just hit the thumbs up button, give us a like. Even if you give us a not like, hey, YouTube sees it as interaction, so if you want to be the thumbs down guy, that's fine too. GoDonnie.com, happy birthday. I see that you had left a message of happy birthday. I'm going to step out and see another area of the park to give you an idea of how big it is. So I'm going to switch it around. I actually drove to another area. Over there is one of the community houses that a lot of people use for their reunions or picnics or graduations. Usually when you, a lot of times you almost, some people reserve up to a year to the day. You go to the county building that they have here, the county park building, and they have a chart of all the different buildings. That's one of a few places that they have that you can rent for your graduation parties, family reunions, maybe a 50th birthday party or a milestone birthday party. But there's a few different buildings. They have a governor's cottage that a lot of people like to use it as indoors. That's indoors, upstairs and downstairs. There's an old barn area. I know my niece and nephew had parties at those locations, and some cousins. So there's a few various places, or you can have an outdoor picnic pavilion. I've seen little kids' birthday parties there because there's playgrounds and stuff. But over here is they have a area plus a type of gazebo where sometimes weddings and a lot of prom pictures happen there, or even wedding pictures and prom pictures. And sometimes I've seen them have it set up for an actual outdoor wedding. So if you're not looking for a regular church wedding, this is kind of a nice location. Trying not to show the cars. And this is one of the bike trails, walking bike trails. And you can see a lot of pets come here. They also have a dog park where you can let your dog run. There's two of them. They kind of alternate which one's open during the year. But this is another area, and sometimes you'll see ducks and birds down in the pond there. And there's the gazebo. It's a lot nicer whenever it's sunny and summertime and a lot more lush. You can also sit there and watch the birds and the world go by. Also, people watch. There's a lot of people like to walk. This is kind of loops around, so you don't have to go into the park further, but you can go down this path and make a giant circle or come across the path that I'm actually standing on, or you can do the outer path. And they used to have, some stations are still there, but for a physical fitness type of thing too, they have along there. And then they have a bat tower here for bats. But that's why they built these. It gives a place to nest and roost for the different animals, and sometimes you see bats that are in there too. So But the sun's starting to go down. Of course, we turn our clocks back. So don't forget to do that, or you'll probably be an hour early everywhere, unless you're in a state that does not do that. As I know, the only two states that do that is Hawaii and Arizona. And then here is like a little free library box. You can come. And it looks like they're having an event at the Oliver Miller Homestead. It looks like see the homestead lit by candlelight. And hear different stuff. They do have little locations along there. Some are good, still in good shape. Others are not so good shape. But this is one of the other parts of the park where people go walking and take the trails. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I do thank everyone for joining. Have a great evening, and I will see you around. This is Amy from AJC Magic TV. Let the adventures begin. Bye, everyone.